that I have got her 2 days in a row.
I wouldn't do it if I was you.
Well, I did want to, but I couldn't find anybody else.
You could dump me out of
I couldn't find anybody else that would take you. Have you got a mask?
Not me.
Well, I think there's 2 right here.
Okay.
We're good. I think one of those is yours from yesterday. So Jessica was over this morning and she sends me a picture. I'll have to insert it here. Mother with her country gown on and her hat. You got to tell me where that hat came from.
I have no idea. I just reached up in that closet. You know, it's got a Gideon thing.
A Gideon.
And I just reached up and got it. And I don't know whether I meant to move it or what. And then I just reached over and got against it. And I leaned against that thing and put that on my head. I said, hey, Jessica. She said, my God.
She was like, where are you coming from with your gown and a straw hat? She said, yeah, I've got to send you a picture of your mother. I'm like, she ain't right.
She's not all there. If she ever had it, she's lost it.
She ain't right. There goes our college truck driving student driver. They train a lot of truck drivers there.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's the student driver. Right there. You just always stay away from him.
Stuff, and you Suzanne?
Yes.
Me too.
Yes.
I've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we were discussing a lot of your stuff yesterday, and people said they love to hear you tell the old stories and things that you did, and the beeps.
And the what?
And the beeps. I put sound effects when I beep you out.
Yeah.
The other day I put a dog barking when I beeped you out, and this one of my friends said, oh my Lord, when that dog started barking, I started looking everywhere. I thought it was in my house. And it was a sound effect that I put in the video. Oh me, we are going to the doctor today, and she's so excited.
It ain't exciting.
She keeps talking about all this stuff. She has not seen him in 9 months. I don't even think she remembers who he is, because she forgets
all I know, he come up and stood against that thing and looked like this.
Stood against the poles, what she said. I don't know what in the crap pole she's talking about. I'm going to look when we go in there.
I don't know where his belongings is.
His little stand, maybe?
Yeah, I think maybe that's one.
Maybe stand is a better word than pole. I thought he was a pole dancer the way she was talking yesterday.
Well,
he just went and leaned up against that pole's what she said. I was like, what? Oh, Mom? Oh, me. It's a beautiful spring day. I mean,
to be driving a bunch of nuts around.
Yeah, driving a bunch of nuts around. That's the honest to goodness truth.
Not working.
Dana's up there under her sink right now. Should have got some video of him. The man you never see him that he doesn't have a story to tell you.
Yeah.
And he is an idiot magnet. If there is an idiot anywhere around,
he's got a dose of it.
He's got too much mouth is his problem. He said, I'm really gonna have to pray and start working on my replies, and I said, yes you are.
He aggravates some old girls.
But it was hauling dirt, and this woman followed him to the pit where he was hauling dirt because her dogs didn't like the way his huge truck backfired. I'm like, what an idiot. And she's down there, and then Dana says she follows him to the store, and then she's cussing him, and I'm like, you are an idiot magnet.
She's messing with the wrong one.
She is messing with the wrong one. Because he said, let me tell you, he scares me sometimes. He makes me just quiver. He said she was calling him every name in the book and telling him he better not run over her dogs. I said, well, Dana, were you on a public road? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, and she's coming after you because her dogs were barking after your truck. And you got to realize what part of the country these people are from. It's a very very lovely drug infested area up there. And
he delights him.
Oh, he does. He loves idiots.
He loves to torment them.
He loves to torment. And he said she followed him to the store, and he said, are you following me? And she went, no, you stupid, and called him a horrible name. And he said, I'll tell you what your deal is. You like me. And I'm like, oh, Dana. Shut up. He said she called him every name in the book. But yeah, it is up in a very backwards area. But Mother's handle on her faucet this morning, Jessica said she turned the water on, the handle just broke off. There's no telling how old it is there?
It's been since we've been there, I guess.
Oh no, I would think no, it hadn't been that long. That faucet is not 64 years old.
What?
That faucet is not 64 years old.
No, I would not think.
No, but it's probably been there 30 or 40 years though. No joke.
How long have I been there?
You've been there 64 years.
That's you know what? That goes to prove there's some kind of box on the way for you when you get to
a box.
Because I'm not usually. You don't hang around. I sometimes wonder, what am I doing here now? When everybody I ever knew is dead.
You're making me stay busy. That's what you're doing.
Well, I have to do something or I'll blow a gasket.
Well, usually when you blow gaskets, you get in a box.
That's true. I know.
Listen, I know we have a, speaking of that, I don't know where this just came from. But, you know, the road I live on, I'm the 5th house on that road. And then the road turns into a loop down below me. You know, there's tons of houses down below us. And so when an ambulance comes in or an ambulance goes out with its siren on, I hear they don't turn their siren on till they get close to my house going out. And if they come in as a fire truck, they're going to have their siren on until they get down closer and they'll turn. Well, 2 fire trucks came in this morning. And so we've got a neighborhood group page, and I'm like, 2 fire trucks coming into Hayfield. Is everybody okay? And I was like, and so then one of our friends that lives 2 houses down from me said she had a small kitchen fire. And I was like, most of them are not old enough to know who Gladys Kravitz is. But Gladys Kravitz on Bewitched knew everything that was going on in the neighborhood. And I know that they think Kravitz. I know they think all she does is sit and watch who comes in and out. But I have a solid glass door, and my chair sits at the very end, that long hallway, and I can see cars going up and down. So when a siren goes, it does. If I had a solid wooden door, I wouldn't know all this. And so I was this morning, I was like, because the other day, an ambulance came out of there last week and turned their siren on right at my house. And I said, an ambulance leaving with their siren on in Hayfield, is everybody okay? Well, this one woman that I didn't even know her name, but she was on there, said her daughter's boyfriend started having chest pains and they left with him. So I don't know. I never did hear back on that one. So I didn't know those people. But I know they think this old woman sits up here and watches everybody.
Since she's quit work.
That's it. I bet you they think, boy, we can't pull nothing on her. But if you're old enough to know who Gladys Kravitz is, you used to watch Bewitched. Oh man, with Sam and Darren. I love that show. We didn't know witches were bad way back in that time. Everything was more innocent. And she was a good witch, but now her mother was a bad witch.
She was a bad witch?
Yeah. So, but anyway, I just happened to think about that this morning. I got tickled with all of it. Because you can see when everybody sees it, their little, picture comes up. I thought they think Suzanne's just sitting there watching the traffic go in and out, in and out. She really needs to find something to do.
Something to do that'll be worthwhile.
Oh, I told Mother, I hate to even say this because y'all will fuss at me, but we're going to the doctor. Her appointment's not till 2:40, so we're, it's 5 after 2 now. So we've had the morning to rest. This is a bad time to go to the doctor, though, isn't it? I don't like going to the doctor.
I don't like going to this snotty nose.
I don't like going to the doctor anytime, but I sure don't like going late in the day.
I don't like one that stands in crossways and looks at me. I know I'm funny looking because, my God, I've been here so long.
Well, don't go in there paranoid. Because I'm going to be the one fussing today.
Okay, I will fuss.
Okay, because they have not been answering the portal where I've written them about Mother, and I'm going to ask him today. Okay, she's an elderly patient. Do you want to continue seeing her? Because
I ain't real elderly, to tell.
Well, you're getting close to being historic. I think you could be on the National Historic Registry.
Just about.
So, but when I write you and say something's hurting on her, I want an answer what to do. And I'm going to tell him my doctor is at Whitaker, and he's already told me he'll take you as a patient, but we don't want to go to Birmingham. We're on the outskirts of Birmingham with this doctor. It's downtown. It's where I go to the doctor at Kirkland Clinic. And if you don't, if you're not interested in your elderly patients, let me know and we'll go. Yeah, I'll put her up.
I would expect to get dumped any day.
Oh me. So yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna take her home. Then I'm gonna go right back to the same 20 miles back and go to Riggs's ball game.
Oh, that's right.
And today is Rhett Mann's 8th birthday. My brown-eyed boy.
He's so sweet.
And so then they're wanting to go eat locally there.
They're gonna blow a gasket.
And so then I'm gonna bring Riggs back home with me.
He'll have a lot to tell you.
I'm going to be worn out.
Yeah, you are. He's going to have a lot to tell him what's going to
Yeah, so,
has he said anything about his teacher?
Oh, yeah, he was talking about it today when I talked to her for a little while. And he said, I said, hey, Riggs, and he said, I'm not Riggs. And I said, well, who are you? This was on telephone. He said, I'm Gecko. And he said, I got my Gecko costume on. I'm Gecko. I said, okay. And so I'm going to be worn out by the time I finally get back home tonight. And maybe he'll be worn out too and be ready to get in bed. But that way he can sleep late in the morning. And then tomorrow evening, I will go pick the boys up from school. And I've told Rhett we'll go to Books A Million. He's wanting books for his birthday. He's really into reading. So I told him, I said, well, they've got a Books A Million over there where they live. Rhett for his birthday.
Does he read good?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he reads really good.
Well, that is wonderful.
So I said, well, do you want to go to Books A Million after I pick you up from school tomorrow? And he said, the day after my birthday? And I said, yes. And he said, yes, I do. And I said, okay. So I'm already tired.
Well, you're just a grandma and you got it to do.
But anyway.
It'll take you about 3 hours to lay down before you go.
Yeah.
I would stop down here to see my Uncle Frank, but he's dead and gone.
Well, I don't want to stop and see him if he's dead. How long has he been dead?
Long time.
You think he's still sitting up down there in that house?
But I just thought maybe I'd go by his house and say hello.
Lord Jesus, help her. Touch her, Lord.
Yeah, because she for sure doesn't need it.
And don't say stuff around that doctor like that.
I want you to put me in a hole.
He'll be putting you in and say, do you know where Bryce is down at I mean, yeah. I think she needs to go.
Get the route.
I think she needs to go there.
I'm going to sit there so nice. I just won't say nothing. I'll let y'all do the talking. Then he'll think I'm a
complete idiot.
And I'm worth I think I'm much of it.
It's a no-win situation.
It's a no-win situation.
One of my subscribers,
one
of my subscribers wrote me. It made me feel so sorry for her. And she said, "I love to watch your mama." She said, "My mama's not fun at all." She said, "We never laugh." I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
You know that's not all we do.
We don't really. We don't laugh this much all the time. No, but when we're in the car, I don't know. We do laugh a lot. We have to laugh to keep from crying.
I thought Jessica was going to puke when she saw me come around. What I done, I leaned up against it.
I saw the picture.
I made that Now, see, I come to that where that place is, and I looked up there, and I didn't know that old hat was up there. And I just looked and seen, and for some odd reason,
yeah, we need to plan a day in the next few weeks and get that closet cleaned out, so I won't have to do all that. So we won't have to do all that when you croak.
When we croak. Well, if I do, you're gonna have one hell of a mess. Because there is a mess in there, and they're gonna be stuff in there that
beautiful clothes. I just don't know if anybody wear it, but I'm sure that the thrift stores and all can. Or, you know, like, we have the thrift store, you know, with the church, with the City of Light, so.
Well, I like these clothes, but
well, that's not old.
I know that, but I like this kind of clothes.
Mm-hmm. And, you got nice pantsuits and all that kind of stuff that's been in there for years.
Age, I think I look fairly well on them.
I'm talking about the older stuff.
I know it. Everything I've got.
So a lot of that stuff is going to be too big for you, too, because you were a good bit heavier.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah,
that picture of me and you and Cece, I think it was a Mother's Day. It was either a Mother's Day or Easter. You
was
were.
I plump on it?
Yes. And what about that haircut on that picture that Jessica showed you the other day? Whoever was cutting your hair was square.
I don't know. I'll have to go.
You know, Jessica showed it to you just the other day, and you said it was an ugly haircut. It's that picture when we're sitting outside, our really good family picture, and Mother's hair is just like square. It probably was all the rage at that time.
I wouldn't doubt it. It was probably just standing up there.
Square heads were probably in. When that tornado hit run that house?
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, it hit right down through here. Sure did. It just kind of like it just hit certain houses.
They have straight little things.
Well, that one that hit in Birmingham, it was some of the big expensive houses. It's where James Spann, you know, his house got hit while he was doing the weather. The tornado hit his house. But they have a safe room because he is the greatest. We have two awesome weathermen, J.P. Dice and James Spann. James Spann is kind of like the weather god around our areas. And so, but when he built his house, he had a safe room that would withstand an F5 tornado.
Did it safe?
Well, yeah, he just had a lot of trees down and some damage. They never would show the house, I'm sure, for privacy reasons. But in one house imploded. It caved in. Of course, they had to get the people out of the basement in it. But one house would be sitting there and it would be destroyed, and the next house wouldn't have any damage on it. It's crazy.
Where was his house at?
It's over in Shelby County, out on the other side of Birmingham.
He still looks just like himself.
Well, except he's shaved that little patch. He had that one little hair patch right there, and he finally shaved it. He went for years and he wouldn't let go of that one little patch of hair.
You can't blame him for
I know, he was hanging on as long as he could. So you gonna be nice when we go in here with the doctor? She said, we'll sit there and go, look. I think I might have to have a Chick-fil-A on the way back, Mama.
Yeah, because I told you.
Some Jesus chicken.
I said we won't have to. I told Jessica, I said, you're going to turn me into a darn chicken. She buys, uses more chicken than ever. I said, I would glad I wasn't a darn chicken. Just up and cut him up every day and eat him.
I like chicken. Oh. I'm already tired and it's 2:20. It's not a good sign. I gotta get you over there. Your appointment's at 2:40. We're supposed to already be there.
Are we supposed to?
Yeah, we're supposed to get there a few minutes early, but we're only like 10 minutes away.
Let's wait a while. We have to.
Lord, touch your Lord.
I'm not going to say it.
Lord, touch your.
I'm not saying a word. I'm going to go in there and he's going to think I'm a dumb. Well, not authentic. He's going to think I've gone completely dumb. So.
Mute.
Mute.
I'm going to tell him that I turned your mute button on before we came in.
I'm going to be good. You just wait and see. I'll say, what are you talking about? I don't want to.
Don't look at him and go, Well, this is just a 6 month, it's supposed to be a 6 month checkup. It's a 9 month checkup. Because I couldn't get an appointment till I acted ugly.
Oh, well, I declare. She acted ugly.
I didn't act ugly. I was very persistent. And that's the way you have to be in your...
you have to do it a lot of ways.
You have to be persistent with doctors and with your health care. Because if you don't, they will let you croak. That's the truth. You have to be proactive in your health care, because they will let you lay somewhere and die, because they have so many patients.
They just don't.
You just become a number.
I like Dr. Sal, but I told him when he said.
And so we have a relationship with Dr. Sal.
Like he said. See, he didn't have you to talk to the other day. That's what it was, and he was saying something about you. And I told him
he wanted to know where I was the other day, and Mother told him I'd had surgery, and what was it?
He said, well, what was wrong with her? I said, well, I don't know, but you know what these girls get in. That's the only thing I could think of.
Did you tell him it was Famali surgery?
I didn't tell him nothing. I said, you know how these girls get in trouble. I told Jessica, when you and him get together, I never know what nobody's talking about. Because it's you and him. You and him. I swear I believe he'd run
He just
away.
likes to talk to me. I probably remind him of his mother.
I wouldn't hardly think so.
You think it might be a sugar mama type thing?
I think it's kind of like you.
You think he likes me?
I don't like this old doctor's office.
I know, I've heard that before.
About 4,000 times.
I've heard that before from somewhere.
Somewhere you heard, but surely it finally got to you, didn't it?
Yeah, I've heard it somewhere. Okay, the question of the hour.
What?
The question of the hour is, why do they tell you to arrive 15 minutes early for your doctor's appointment? When I check in, it says, please arrive 15 minutes early, because our doctor's appointment was at 2:40 and it's now 10 after 3. So why should we have arrived 15 minutes early?
What are we going to do? Well,
What are we going to do? We're going to sit here till the doctor gets here. But I'm saying, when I check you in on the phone, they send me a little thing and I check you in, and it says, please arrive 15 minutes early. So why should you arrive 15 minutes early when we are already 30 minutes past the appointment time? Now tell me the logic in that. So she weighed 1 pound heavier than 9 months ago, and she thinks she's gained all this weight.
I wouldn't have thought that.
That chair lifts up and weighs her. I would get in it, but I'm afraid it would scream. It would say, stop the insanity. It would have a beeper on it. Capacity overload. We're gonna go get us some Jesus chicken. We got us a Chick-fil-A card, so we're gonna go get us some Jesus chicken after this.
Oh, I love that stuff.
But then I've got to go back home, take her back home, probably change clothes, and then come back to the same place, which is like,
I would just nearly shoot myself.
well, I don't want to do that.
But these little fellas around this very important.
Of course, everybody out here screaming, you just had surgery a week ago, but I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. But anyway, this is to be continued. Why? First of all, I'm burning up in this stupid mess.
Hell, I've lost weight too.
You ain't lost, you've maintained. You'd actually gained 1 pound. But what is the logic in coming 15 minutes early when they're never on time? So I'm sitting here writing all this down in my book. I'll discuss it with him when he gets here. Is this the birthday boy? Hey, birthday boy. Hey, birthday boy. Woo-hoo. You know what I just asked him, guys? I just asked him, I said, what are you coloring? He said, my favorite YouTuber. Does that look like me? Does that look like me? You meant to say that was your second favorite YouTuber, right? Huh? Yeah. Non-family YouTuber. So what?
That's how you buy us all those toys from Toys R Us?
It is. I need to let y'all do some toy reviews, don't I? Yeah.
Except that, sadly, Toys R Us is bad.
It's gone, isn't it? I mean, what were they thinking when they closed it?
Just because they started buying stuff on you.
What were they thinking? So how does it feel to be 8 years old? Huh?
Why are you acting like this in the news?
Why are you acting like this is the news? I'm interviewing you on your birthday. Since we're in such a private place.
No, baby, you can get in.
All right, Riggs, man. Let's get a good hit and a good run. Okay? Run fast like Sonic Hedgehog. It's okay. You do it good. It's okay.
Hands up.
Hands up.
Go, go,
Run, 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 run! Way to go, Riggs! Way to go, buddy! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I do that every morning. You don't think I can do that? Red, I do that every morning. Look at the birthday boy.
He is animated.
Uh-huh. What was Harper doing? Scrambled eggs for grandma. Grandma. Woo!
So big.
He's the quiet, silent type. Hey, Papa.
Hey,
Say we miss you.
I miss you.
Say he catching a bunch of fish.
He's kissing a fucking fish.
He left his toothbrush in his car, Papa, so we had to go get the toothbrush.
We left my toothbrush in the Tahoe, and I got reeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch a little bit of FGTV, and then we're going to bed pretty soon, aren't we, Boo-Boo? After we watch this, tell Papa you love him.
I love you.
Say I'm taking good care of Gan
I'm taking good care of Gang.
Bye. I love you too, Papa.
I
Bye.
love you.
Bye,
I'll see
baby.
the video.
Okay.